Gracie is patiently waiting her Sunday walk. We're up extra early today because we have church and because it's going to be really hot. And if I get her out early, it's nice and cool, only 57 degrees. So let's head outside. So nice out here. Brisk, cool morning. Nothing like cool, brisk walk to wake me up, get me ready for the day. Even though I hate getting up so early, I'm really glad once I do. Not too many people out today. Seen 2 of Gracie's friends. Pretty typical though. It's too early, not too many are out yet. Love hearing the birds chirping. Good girl. Good girl. Golfers out already. I have to say, golfers are very dedicated. Hi, sweet girl. Shower is done, eating the breakfast of champions. I always start off with a few sips of black coffee. Definitely need that this morning. Hi, sweet girl. You're waiting for your treat. Half and half. And I've been enjoying a little bit of oat milk in there. This is a switch from my previous coffee routine. And then the tool that makes it taste extra yummy. I'm just for sure certain that foamed coffee is better than regular, right? Always got to make sure we got enough cream in there. After all, it's a little coffee with my cream, right? This is what Gracie is patiently waiting for. She knows when I do makeup, she gets one of these pop-in treats in her nylabone. All right, let's go put her makeup on. Just ignore the disaster. Okay, you ready for your nylabone? Good girl. That's my girl. Okay, since it's Sunday, I don't think I'm gonna do anything too experimental, although sometimes I sit down here and I'm like, ooh, how about that color? But the one thing I do usually do before I sit down is I figure out what I'm gonna wear. And I have two options depending on when I put it on, how I feel. But knowing the color scheme, navy and potentially kind of like coral, that gives me direction with my makeup. And on Sundays, I like to pull out some of my special luxury makeup. I don't know, just makes me feel extra fancy. I'm gonna start with a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And I don't always do this underneath the Gucci foundation, but sometimes it's just nice to maybe help sheer it out a little bit, kind of give a little glow where I want it. And the Gucci foundation, it's expensive, but it literally, I mean, just one small pump is enough for the entire face. So it will last a long time. My hair out of my clip so I don't get a crimp right here. Stop for some liquid courage, right? Liquid energy, I should say. All right. Just gonna go in with my trusty Brow Bone highlight shade. I'm going to use a combo, a couple of palettes today. Ooh, you know what I could use? Ooh, I was just reminded of this palette, the Cor Rosa from Sigma. I have not pulled this out yet for the summer, so now would be a great time to pull it out. Love this palette. Apparently we've decided to go a little brighter on the eyes today. That's okay. Then I can go a little more neutral on the lips. Feel like concealer is where your makeup look finally starts to come together. Oh my goodness, especially when you have dark circles under your eyes like I did this morning. Trying to get into setting sprays and figure out what is the best way and when to use setting sprays. This is one from Hard Candy, the Look on Lock All Day Stay, and I've been enjoying this a lot. So I've been experimenting using it just like I did, kind of in the middle before I apply anything powdery, and then again towards the end, and I am actually seeing some good results. So we're gonna let that sit for a second. A little bronzer. This is, ooh, darker shade from Charlotte Tilbury. Oh dear, might be a little too dark. Oh, we'll just blend that in. It's number 2. Kind of mesh that all together. Let's powder. Under the eyes, I've been testing the YSL blurring powder, and I like it. I think I have shade 2 or 3. I like it because it is kind of making the under eye area match a little better with my foundation, my face. Also trying a couple of different ways of applying it. And I'm gonna put a little bit of this here in the center of the face as well. And now let's go to the drugstore to powder the rest of the face. One more time with some setting spray. Okay, just trying to decide on earrings before I run out the door. I actually think I'm gonna wear these cute double flower earrings. And I have a lipstick that I will do in the car. I will show you a whole outfit when I get back from church, but I do not want to be late. The pastor's wife is not allowed to be late to church. Let's go. Just finished church. It was good, and I'm in the car now letting it cool down just a little bit. It is really hot now, and even though it started off cool and I had a blazer on, now I'm ready to go home and change my clothes. So that's where I'm going. I will share with you my full outfit today. A lot of people loved how it came together. I wasn't exactly sure. It was a work in progress this morning, but now I'm gonna go home, put on some cooler clothes, comfy clothes, and get on with the rest of my day. My sweet puppies. Oh, there she is. Hi, baby. Well, hi. Are you just so excited? Are you just so excited? Well, come here. Yeah, you want to go outside, don't you? Oh, it's hot out here. Hi, sweet pumpkin. Hi. Ready, go. Good girl. You're so cute. Yes, you are. It's really hot out here, isn't it? Yes. Did you miss your mama? Yes. Yeah, did you miss your mama? Hi, sweet girl. Yes, you're so cute. Yes, you are. Okay, here is my outfit before I go and change. It's 97 degrees outside. Oh my goodness. Even Gracie didn't want to stay outside and play long. So here is my outfit for today. And this is a pantsuit, and I don't know, just sometimes I feel a little funny going into church just bearing this much skin. Sometimes I do it. So I was like, you know, let's throw on a jacket. I tried a white one, put this one on. I was like, oh, this is the one. So I liked that little bit of pop of color. And then my shoes, that was a work in progress, and jewelry and everything, but I like how everything came together. But now it's time to change my clothes, get comfy. I'm starving. That's what happens when you get up at 6:15 in the morning, right? You're really hungry by 1 o'clock. It is almost 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna change my clothes and probably fix some eggs. Maybe I've got some bagels, maybe half a bagel. My husband stays at the church usually for a little longer, decompress. He also had somebody at church. He's helping out. So Sunday afternoons, he usually doesn't come home till maybe around 2, and he eats a really big breakfast to be ready for church. So we just kind of do our own thing for lunch usually. And Gracie, though, always likes to help me out with my eggs, especially. Is that right? Yes. Is that right? Huh? Yes. Okay. Should we go change Mama's clothes? Should we go change my clothes? I really need to do some work on the website for church, but I'm too hungry. So we're gonna have some eggs, half a jalapeno cheddar bagel. I'm so excited. And I am doing something that I will do on occasion when I'm really hungry and feel like I need a little extra. I'm going to add a little cottage cheese. Yes, another recipe with cottage cheese. I am not all about cottage cheese. There's only 2 kinds that I actually can take, that I can actually eat. This is one, Good Culture, really good. But I saw somebody put this in their eggs and then fix the eggs, and the cottage cheese melts like cheese. Let me show you. Now, normally I like to drive to the egg farm and get eggs there. They're actually even cheaper than Walmart or Winco, but I didn't have time to do that this week. So just got some from the store. And if I'm not sharing eggs with Gracie, I will actually add some onion salt or onion seasoning, maybe a little garlic. But since I'm sharing with Gracie, I won't do that. If I'm not putting in cottage cheese, generally I will add a little bit of milk or half and half. But since we're doing cottage cheese, we'll do that instead. Never can have too much salsa in your life. That's my philosophy. There you can see the cottage cheese is all melted down. It makes the eggs really soft and fluffy, but you want to make sure you still cook them long enough, but not too long. Don't want dry eggs. I gotta do it. I gotta add just a little bit of some cheese here. I'm that girl who likes, you know, 5 cheese everything. Yum, yum, yum. That cottage cheese in there, you really don't taste it. It's just an extra rich flavor. Really good. Add a little salsa. Perfect. Was that good? Did you enjoy that? Was that good? I had my little helper help me finish eating my eggs. She really enjoyed them. Yum. Now I feel much better. All right, the next order of business is to edit the website for our church, and I edit and upload my husband's sermon for the day. We use old school technology here. This is the digital recorder, puts it on a little card. I put it in the computer, edit it, upload it to the website. So that is usually what I try to do Sunday afternoons. Sometimes I'll do it before I eat lunch, but because I was so hungry today, I have to eat lunch first. And Gracie has joined us. Are you gonna help? Huh? Yeah, she likes to get up here because she can look out the window, which is right there. Yeah, you gonna help, huh? And then you can see behind me, I have another little mini project. Sometimes Sunday afternoons are when I get caught up on putting stuff away. So especially Sunday mornings, I don't know if your mornings are like that, but I feel like I'm in a hurry and a rush to get out, and I think I'll put away everything after church. I feel like that's happened in a couple of areas of my home with the last couple of days. So I'll be doing a little bit of that as well. So just gonna sit here and download the sermon, upload. I also, you know, usually when I'm sitting here, I have some kind of new makeup product sitting on my desk. I'm like, oh, well, let's just throw on some lip gloss that I forgot I had. This is from Lottie London, I think. It's the Glossed. I don't even know what the shade is. See, it smells so good. Gracie wants to eat it. Oops, I just hit the camera. Gracie wants to eat it. I pulled this out yesterday. I tried it for the first time. I was like, ooh, this is really nice. What is it? Drenched. I think that's the color. It feels really nice. So yeah, that's kind of what I do Sunday afternoons. It's a lot of randomness. So let's get started though with the one thing we do have to do. Right, sweet girl? Yes. It's just really helpful. Except when I need my other hand. Thing I'm going to do while I'm here is I like to get a jump head start on the bulletin for next Sunday. So while I'm at the computer, before I close out, I'll kind of add in the things that I already know for next week, which isn't much at this point, but I like to just get a little start on that, and then I'll finish that up usually on Friday or Saturday. Okay, in the spirit of putting things away, I'm just going to try and clear off some of this disaster. I always feel like I start the week off better if I have a clean desk. That was true when I worked in an office too. I always like to come into a clean desk. So trying to find places to put things I'm testing that are new. I don't want to forget about them, you know. What's the matter, Miss Gracie? What's the matter? That palette reminded me I do need to pull out some of my summer colors. I haven't done that yet. Oh my goodness. Let's see, what else? Ooh, new blush. I think I'm going to be returning this. This is the deeper shade of the Charlotte Tilbury. It's just too deep. I have to be way too careful with it. So love shade number 2. Shade 3 is just a little too dark. I think I'm gonna keep this. Always hang on to the box just in case. Here's something that I'll try it again, but the Catrice Magic Shine Eraser, this is like that clear mattifying non-powder kind of powder. I tried this over my makeup the other day and it looked terrible. So I'll give it another shot, but I don't know that this is going to be a win. I did, however, get this new Revlon eyeliner, and look at this gorgeous, gorgeous burgundy shade. It's the So Fierce Violet eyeliner. Have you heard of these? I hadn't. Found it on Amazon. Okay, here's the story. I was going to do a whole reel or a whole video on these. I'll just put this in here. These are the Urban Decay liquid shadows. They were so gracious. They sent me all 6 shades. There's 2 more. Here's the other 2. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. There's a problem though with these, and I thought I had figured it out. There's a very specific way that you need to apply them, all of that. You first have to shake the bottle in order to get the product up to the included brush, and they're a little hard sometimes to unscrew. Okay, here's the added brush here, and you can see it has product on the end, and you have to only apply the product with this brush. You cannot use your finger. The moment you bring in your finger to tap it in, to spread it out, it starts getting really patchy. And then you go in and you add more and it continues to be patchy. Also, if you don't use an eyeshadow primer, they just melt away on your eyes. So I tried several eyeshadow primers. The Urban Decay eyeshadow primer seemed to work the best, but still, just the other day, I did that. I used just the brush here to brush it on. I did not bring in my fingers, didn't bring in another brush, only applied it that way. And by the end of my makeup application, it was already coming off on the skin that touches on my hooded eye. So I'm mystified. I don't know. I've tried it with setting sprays on top. I just am so disappointed because I love Urban Decay products generally. I love their eyeshadows, and I was so excited for these colors, and I love a good liquid eyeshadow, but this formula is just, they need to go back to the drawing board, unfortunately. So I'm sad to say these are not something I would recommend. I crack up every time I see this little 6-pack of setting sprays. I'm trying to work my way through this. In fact, let's use a different one. So I had to blot my skin with some powder, and let's try one of these. This is also what Sunday afternoons are about. Just randomly trying makeup that I find sitting around on my desk. Because the good thing is I'm not going anywhere the rest of the day. So if it ends up making my makeup look like a disaster, it doesn't matter. So we'll see what that does, if anything. Pull out my mirror here. Let's check it out. It's still drying, so we'll let it finish its job. I got a free one of the NARS, the new NARS highlighters. These are so pretty. Like, it's a different texture. It's not powdery. It's not cream. They are very intense. I don't think I have another highlighter quite like it. Let me find a brush here and let's apply some. It's just, yeah, I put on matte setting spray, so now we can have a highlighter. I do feel like you can see it on the skin though. I don't know. Yeah, definitely you can see it. I don't know. We'll keep trying this one out though. Loving this new blush from Dior. Gorgeous. Of course, it's the cherry shade. I don't know, just into that color. You know, if you saw my strawberry girl makeup. Something new you'll see this week is the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint. I've only worn this once. So nice. So I can't wait to wear this again. Super, super lightweight sheer. And then this brand, Tilt. sent me 3 items. They were so kind. And this is an interesting brand. I plan to feature these maybe in a different video as well, but they are, the packaging and everything about them is formulated for people who have issues with their hands, with their motor skills. And like this lip balm, I mean, it's magnetized, but it doesn't take a lot of strength to pull it off. And because of the shape of it, it makes it easy to grip. And this is just one of the Grip Sticks tinted lip treatments, and I have 2. I saved one closed because the box is so genius. Let me show you this. Okay, check out the box here. Okay, so this is the box, and on the back, all you do is you pull this tab and it opens up like this. You don't have to pry open the end of the box. You don't have to do any of that. And then it just tells you a little bit about the product on the inside. And guess what? It's dark writing on white, so we can actually read it. You know, another thing I appreciate. So the mascara, they also sent me their lengthening and lifting mascara. It's easy to open, hold, and apply. Let me show you this. This is just cool. Very, very cool. See that? And then the box just opens. Isn't that just so creative? And look at this mascara. I haven't seen it in person. That's so cute. And it's, you know, very user-friendly. So if you can't grip real tightly, you know, a typical mascara wand, you know, totally round like this. And if you have issues with your hands with arthritis, this can be difficult. But I think this is rather easy. Let's see what the brush looks like. Oh, that is a nice looking brush. I like that. No scent, no smell. Okay, you'll see this up here. I'm going to leave this out on my desk. I also have some foundations I'm working through. This is a new one from Clinique, Even Better Clinical Vitamin Makeup. And then I have the RMS. I've had this in a different color, Sun Cover Up Super Tint. I used this and it was super glowy, but I just saw Nikki LaRose use this mixed with Urban Decay. So try that. You know, this is when I get all these ideas and then the week starts and I'm like, oh, maybe that'll happen next week. But for now, we'll see if we can work some of these things in this week in my makeup. I also got 3 boxes, 3 sets of the Billion Dollar Beauty. They put out these new, I think it's just new shades of their eyeshadow stick. And I just swatched these on the back of my hand and they did not stick around. So I need to put them on the eyes with eyeshadow primer, which is typically what I do anyway. But the colors are really pretty. They have a good mixture of mattes and shimmers. So again, something I will keep out here to remind me that I need to try these out this week. And I also bought this grippy primer. I told y'all, I am trying to find a primer that actually does something. So this is one of my last attempts. So I have this here. I've got a couple more setting sprays. I have some products from Versed. They sent me their sunscreen. I feel like I have about 10 sunscreens I'm testing right now. This is their daily SPF broad spectrum. This is not the mineral based one. This is the chemical sunscreen. And I don't think it's tinted. No, it's just, I think it's supposed to be completely clear. It does look pretty on the skin. It smells like sunscreen. So, you know, I'll pretend that I'm at the beach when I use that. And then what else do I have? I have a few new things in here. Oh yeah, this also from Versed, their blush stick. So I want to try that. And just a few other items in there. I did also get the Magic Palette. This is the box. Let's see, where is the actual palette? Dalton was so gracious to send me their Magic Palette. Let me know if you want to see a look with this. Maybe I'll use this week. And I do really love it. You can see I have already used it. You know, I love my pinks and everything. So, and I love Dalton eyeshadows. I love so much from this brand. They also have their new pressed pink powder. So I've been using this a little bit. I feel like If they do this, hopefully they're gonna do this in the yellow. Fingers crossed. But this is super brightening on me right now with my tan skin, but this is also very nice, very convenient. You know, you don't have the mess of a loose powder, so I really love that they did that. And then I'm also testing out this Morphe palette. I can't hold it up completely because you can see it came broken. And I thought, oh, I can press it together. It'll be okay. And it kind of is okay, but I've tried it a few times. And the thing that I hate is the packaging. It closes so hardcore that I have to get out my tweezers and jam it in there to open. So I kind of leave it propped open like this on my desk. But the powder, I mean, it feels really soft and silky. And then, dun, 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 we have the Amber Glow Alter Ego palette. I'll probably show this week as well on an eye look. And this is very similar to the Natasha Denona Gold palette. Oh my goodness, my gold palette needs to be cleaned. Very similar color scheme. In fact, swatched side by side, you really can't tell a difference. So if you've been eyeing the Natasha Denona one, but it's just out of your budget, check out the Alter Ego one. I will try to leave links to some of these items that I'm talking about in the description box down below. Gracie is really trying hard to stay in her bed out there. She loves to try and get these wet wipes. This is what happens when I sit down at my makeup table and I don't really have anything I need to be doing at the moment, is it prompts me to start cleaning things, wiping things down. But it's kind of like therapy. It's relaxing to me because then when I walk in here later today, tomorrow, I'm like, oh, it's nice and clean. This is something you don't need to buy. And I told myself I was not interested in these. I was not going to buy them. And then I saw somebody raving again about them. And I thought, oh, I'm missing out, right? These are the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eye Illusion Eyeshadow Duo. And these just hit the world by storm because they're so expensive for 2 eyeshadows. And yes, the packaging is beautiful, but I thought, oh, I'm sure I will use these shades all the time. So maybe it would be worthwhile. And I think I had a coupon or a discount code or something. No. And after I just applied it again and I got fallout all over. They're not evenly pigmented. So they're meant to be a topper, but on top of other shadows, they just continue to drop down all day. I don't get it. I don't understand. So I think when I go back to Sephora, I think I've still got return time on this and the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. So let me save you from purchasing and returning. Yeah, that's why I like to do these videos. And then this I found, and I forgot, I have 2 other colors of these. This is the Moira Prism Pop Pigment, but I feel like I tried these once and I was a little disappointed as well. So I thought, let's try this. Let's tap this on and see, you know, on top of what we've got going on. And let's see if it makes any difference. And again, these are more toppers. Now that's pretty. See, that is what I wanted the Patrick Ta ones to do. I'll see if that glitter drops down. I can't remember if that's what happened last time, and that's why I haven't gone back to use these again. They are sheer, so maybe I tried to use them on their own. They're definitely toppers. So even though on the hand, they look pretty full coverage. I mean, look at that. But on the eye, I can see it's a little more of like a topper, but holy smokes. All right. Ooh, and then I found another Versed product that they sent me. This is Flamingo. What is this? Tinted lip serum. Let's try this out. Gracie's on the floor going, what are you playing with, Mom? Yes, that's true. Okay, let's see. It has no scent. Ooh, I really like that. I feel like I'm waiting for a tingle. There might be a little minty tingle. Let's see. Yep, there's a minty tingle. What does it say about these? A serum gloss that hugs your lips with comfortable moisture while delivering soft shine and a pop of color. It doesn't say anything about plumping, but it definitely has a pepperminty feel on the lips. I actually really like that color. Kind of goes with my shorts that I got on. Okay, I like that. And then, you know, I love these. I'm really into this color, blush and lip gloss. Okay, I just couldn't quit and ended up getting everything cleared off my desk. Feels so good. I did a bunch of reorganizing. Even this desk is all cleared off for the first time in a long time. And this is the new kind of dresser that I got for my room. And I had one previously, but Gracie chewed off the edges of the drawers. These are still fabric, but the edge is, it's kind of like a plastic. It looks kind of like wood. So they're a little upgraded. And then I do love the fact that it has this mirror. So when I have guests over, they can use that mirror. They have these great drawers for storage. And this is where I was able to find room for a bunch of PR that had been sent that I haven't gotten tested yet. Also, I found a spot for some of the foundations that I need to be testing or some backup foundations. So yay! Let's see if we can keep everything cleared off now for a while. Are you ready for some dinner? So we get you some dinner? Yeah, so we get you some dinner. Okay, let's get you some dinner. Come on, let's get some dinner. Yeah, eat your dinner. Good girl. Yes, good girl. We have our routine. I don't think I'll ever get used to the fact that now we get deliveries 7 days a week. If you're old school like I am, you remember the days when there was nothing delivered on Sundays unless you paid a lot of money. So I got my Ulta order today. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Oh yes, I ordered several items from Naked Sundays because ironically they came on Sunday. That's funny. Anyway, they were having a sale. Ulta was having a sale, and I love the one product that I already have from them. So I'm excited to try more. Everything, it's kind of like the CL products where everything seems to have sunscreen in it. So I ordered the Collagen Glow 100% mineral sunscreen SPF 50+ with plant-based collagen and antioxidants. Perfecting Priming Lotion. It does have a little bit of a tint. Let's see. Okay. The tint on it kind of reminds me of the Paula's Choice Mineral Sunscreen. I'll probably need to add the bronzing drops that I already have from Naked Sundays, but yeah, it's giving, so if you have fair skin, you'll probably really love the tint on this. It is quite glowy. But yeah, I'll have to add in those Naked Sundays drops if I plan to wear it alone, but we'll see how that sets down. Then I also got the Hydrating Glow Mist, SPF 50+, also hyaluronic acid, cacao plum, and watermelon. Ooh, wonder if this smells like watermelon. Let's find out. And this, however, is not mineral sunscreen. Interesting. So apparently, I don't think I have any spray sunscreens, at least for, you know, top, like to spray on your face, that are mineral sunscreens. I'll have to look. Maybe that's a difficult formulation to do. Let's see, let's smell it. Oh, it does have a nice smell. It does not smell like sunscreen, and this one does not either. So that's nice. Let's see what the sprayer is like. Let's spray it over the box here. Ooh, very nice and light. Add that to my setting mist collection. And then I also purchased the SPF 50 Cabana Clear Water Gel Serum. I'm trying to find some good solutions for all of us who have combination oily skin, but also some ones that are hydrating for those of you with dry skin. So I don't mind wearing something that's hydrating and glowy when I'm walking Gracie. Let's see, don't want to waste too much of it. Comes in a little pump thing. Oh, okay. I guess I could do a little bigger drop. There we go. And it is a nice, ooh, nice. Serum, gel serum, definitely. Super lightweight, totally clear. I'm gonna guess that this one is probably chemical also. Yes, this is also a chemical sunscreen. So we have chemical, we have mineral. The chemical sunscreens, usually I can wear for a short amount of time. They're not usually my choice under makeup, even though chemical sunscreens usually work better under makeup. But that one's nice. Very lightweight. And what else? Oh yes, and then I purchased the Pout Screen, the plumping lip treatment. I feel like this is the year everybody's come out with lip sunscreens as well, along with the lip oil trend. And this also is a chemical sunscreen for the lips. And I think this came in maybe 2 colors, 2 or 3. Let's see. Nice applicator there. So it's a big tube, but there's quite a lot of air in there. Never understand why they do that, but let's just add a little bit here and see what, oh, this smells so good. Like watermelon. Oh, I like that. And it tastes good. Again, not that you should be eating your lip gloss, but for whatever reason, I always feel like the sunscreen ones get close to or into the mouth somehow. And this one does not taste like sunscreen. Ooh, I like that. The texture is kind of between a lip oil and a balm. So it's not super thick or sticky, but it feels like it's got some stay power. Oh, this was the final thing. I had been watching this. It kept going out of stock, the color that I wanted. This is the Dibs, the Duet Baked Bronzer, because you know I need another bronzer. I just like to try all the ones out there so I can tell you which ones are really worth your money. And I got the shade Caramel Cappuccino. What's really cool about this is it has kind of a swirled side. I think this has some glow. And then the other side is a little more matte. At least that's my understanding. So let's see what this looks like. Oh, I should put it on a different spot where I don't have the sticky sunscreen, which by the way, both of those still feel a little sticky. Okay, this is nice. It's nice and soft. Got a swatch there. Not great swatches, but so we'll see. I will let you know about that. And then what did I get? Free gift with purchase. You know, I always wait until I get something free. And whoa, this is a good one. Holy smokes. Free cute bag. It's got flowers on it. And oh my goodness, I won't show you everything, but you know I love the Tarte Tubing Primer Mascara. There's a Limitless Lash Mascara from Ilia. I haven't used that in a while. That's a good one. Quick Blowout from Redken. Several perfume samples, which I always gift to friends because usually they're not ones I can handle. Ravane Glowies. Okay, now that lip sunscreen is seeping into my mouth. Oh, okay. I have to change my mind about that. See, this is why you come along for these. You're like, oh, she loves it. Oh, but wait, right? First impressions are not always lasting impressions. Okay. That one I'm definitely going to have to be careful to keep to the outer part of the lip because the longer it was on my lips, the more it started just to seep in. Yeah, I don't love that at all. Ooh, well, that's pretty. What is this? Ultra shiny, non-sticky lip gloss with multi-dimensional pearls and extreme comfort. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I might have to be trying that one on. So again, these were all free gifts with my purchase. perfume samples and a couple of skincare items. Power Calm Hydrating Cleanser from Peach and Lily, and Strivectin. What is this? Intensive Moisturizer for wrinkles and stretch marks. I usually kind of get a collection of those types of samples and send them off. I've got several friends who have ladies who can really use that kind of stuff. So let's try this. This is the official way to wipe off what, oh, I was not expecting. Look at that cute little thing. I don't like the smell. Oh, that's right. I had one other Rabanne, or Rabanne. I had one other lip product from them and I had to return it because it smelled like L'Oreal lipsticks and I can't handle that scent. This isn't quite as strong, but hey, that's pretty. And then this came actually yesterday. Have you all heard? Angie from Hot and Flashy has started her own skincare brand, Angie's Actives. And I hopped on the day that these went live and purchased, and they sold out apparently in one day. She'll be restocking. I'll keep you posted. But I am in the middle of testing some other skincare. So she said you can put these in the freezer and it will keep the ingredients all stable and fresh so that when you're ready to use them, you can pull them out, because they have vitamin C in them and they have ingredients that do expire pretty quickly. I think she said like 3 months. So I will be testing these. I will let you know, but I'm gonna wait until they go back in stock so then you can actually buy them if I love them. So I'm excited for her. It's always exciting. I love supporting other YouTubers when they start makeup brands. All right, and then I got a Walmart delivery. Hi, sweet girl. Oh, you're just so cute. I can show you my sweet little girl. She's waiting for me to throw her ball. Hi, sweet girl. Are you waiting for something? Huh? Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Huh? Yeah? You want your mama to throw it? Huh? Your mama to throw it? Ready? Ready? Oh, I didn't see. This is what she wanted. If you don't pick up the right toy, she's like, I'm not going after that. Okay, ready? Ready? Yeah, good girl. We're learning puppy patience. So she was just sitting there waiting for me to get ready to throw her toy. Wasn't that a good girl? It doesn't always happen that way though. I went on Walmart.com and found that they had the shirts that I fell in love with last year. They're a t-shirt that's long and they're longer in the back. Totally cover the backside, if you know what I'm saying. And I loved them so much, and they brought them back this year in new colors. So I purchased a couple of those, and those already came. But then when I was shopping for those, these shirts came up as recommendations. It's kind of like shopping on Amazon, you know? Walmart is like Amazon too. And I was kind of excited and intrigued with these. These are super, they are boxy, but they are, the way that they were styled online, this is a small? I think this is a small. So they're oversized, but what I love is that the sleeves are like this, almost like a bat wing type of sleeve, so that it covers all the way to your elbow. So, if you don't, when I'm sunless tanning and I'm super pale, I like to put on something like this, but it won't interfere, hopefully, with my tan. So I got this beautiful purple color and this pale green. And they are a heavier weight, but they're soft. So they're not stiff. They don't feel like, something that would be scratchy or anything, but I like this. I think this will be nice and cozy. You can wear these, with your PJ bottoms and be super comfy. All right, I'm gonna put all of this stuff away, and then I was debating on whether I was gonna do a whole week in one video or just break this up. I think I'm gonna break it up and do kind of a whole week of vlogs. I did that once about 2 years ago and you all seem to enjoy it. And since it's been so long since I've done vlogging. Okay, one more final thing before I call it a night is I'm gonna go do a little bit of practicing. This is something I usually do on Sunday afternoon, because this is my time to practice things that are not for church. Usually it's preparing for something, and I'm starting preparations for a piano concert in November. So I'm gonna go do that, a little bit of practicing. And Gracie knows what it means to go practice, don't you? Should we go practice? Let's go practice piano. Come on, let's go practice. So we bring her bed in. So this is what she does when it's time to practice. She gets in her bed and then we slide her bed in. Yes, we do, don't we? Yeah, come on, let's go for a ride. Let's go for a ride. And then I get to sit at my beautiful new piano and practice. Me? Are you distracting me? This is what makes it a little tough to get practice in sometimes. Yeah. Because Gracie says, Mom, it's time for you to quit for the night. Yes, it is, huh? Yeah, should we quit for the night? Oh, should we quit for the night? Okay, here. Good girl. That's my girl. Yes, that's my girl. That's my girl. Okay, let's talk to the camera here real quick, okay? We'll talk to the camera real quick, okay? Yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for my kisses. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off for today. But that is just a little taste of one of the songs that I'm going to be playing in the concert in November. It's from Forrest Gump. Maybe some of you guessed that already. It's the feather theme, and I am going to be arranging and recording a backtrack to play along with it. So I'll maybe update you guys towards the end of or when it gets closer to the concert. Oh, Gracie's trying to play a piece too. So that you can hear kind of the finished production. But each day this week, I'll include maybe a little snippet of each song that I'm working on for the concert. And Sundays typically are the days that I'm just working on that. Monday, Tuesday is when I start working on also whatever it is I'm going to play in church next week. So Saturday is probably the only day I usually don't practice whatever I'm playing for the concert, because I'm usually just focusing on music for church. But that aside, practice is always a part of my daily routine. If I can do it, I do it, because it does make a difference. Tomorrow is going to be a little more of a low-key day. It's going to be different than my typical Monday. My Tuesday will be more like my typical Monday, and I'll explain tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoyed coming along today, and it gave you an idea of some things that I'm usually up to on Sundays. Like I said, from here, I'm gonna go have some popcorn. I'm gonna I usually have a little protein like cheese and maybe a beef stick from Paleo Valley. And I'm gonna probably turn on a show and answer some of your comments that came on the video that I uploaded yesterday. So I try to get a little bit of that done on Sunday evenings while I'm relaxing, and then hit the ground running Monday. But tomorrow's gonna be a little different, and I'll tell you about that. So good night for now, and I will see you back again tomorrow.